What's happening, YouTube? Back again with another video. Before I start that video, I just want to thank everybody, all the viewers, everybody that clicked on this video, all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. If you like this video, like it, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Today's video is going to be the 5 tips to get you through the baby lock stage of your dreadlocks. Baby locks can be really frustrating. They can be kind of worrisome for some people, and a stage that everybody wants to hurry through. But you know, it's just something that you got to put up with, and there's a few things that you can do that can get you through them painlessly, and so that you don't even remember you were ever at that stage. All right, so number 1 is going to be to set timeline goals. Anytime you have something that you're doing, you know, a process that you're starting, there's a timeline to everything, right? So be aware of what the timeline is and set goals for that. So, you know, in 6 months, I want to be, you know, here. I want to dye my locks. At, you know, 9 months, I hope I'll be able to pull them back. And if it doesn't happen, then I'll wait a little more. You know, at a year, I'm going to make a video on it, you know, that kind of stuff. It'll help you set goals to get through the baby lock stage and to forget that that's the stage that you're in. Number 2 is going to be being consistent with your wash and your products that you're using on your hair. Okay. If you're twisting, then you need to be consistent with the product that you're twisting with. Switching up the products a lot, you can do. It's just that certain products are going to lock your hair better than others if you're twisting. And then if you're using oils and essential oils and stuff like that, being consistent with the use of those, meaning, you know, not using them too much, but also not using them too little so that they're not getting the full effect if that's the thing that you're going for. And also being consistent with your washes. So if you start a wash schedule, you need to stick to that wash schedule. So if you're washing once a week, you should be washing only once a week. If you're washing more than that, then you need to stick to that. Because what happens is if you deviate from the wash plan, let's say you've been washing once a week and then you start washing once a month. While people have done that, you may notice that you have more buildup on your scalp. And without getting too far into it, it's called sebum. Or sebum. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But it's the oil that comes from the inside of your hair. Every hair shaft has a little gland that sits kind of like this next to the hair, and it produces oil that coats the shaft of your hair. And if you're irritating that, it'll create too much oil. That's where people get oily scalps. And that's also where dandruff can build up because it's not being allowed to release from your head, the dead skin. Okay, so you want to be consistent with your washes. Number 3 is going to be knowing your maintenance plan. So if you're twisting, knowing that you're going to stick to it, or that at some point you're going to go freeform. If you're freeforming, sticking to that maintenance plan and knowing at what times you're going to be doing it. I always suggest if you're twisting, interlocking, stuff like that, I don't suggest those, but if you are doing it, the one thing that I will strongly advise is that you don't do it so often, and to make sure that when you are doing it, you're doing it the proper and correct way. So knowing your maintenance plan is going to be big for getting through the baby lock stage and not just wanting to cut them off because they're not looking the way that they should. And then number 4, stop touching your dreadlocks. Stop touching them so much. When they're baby locks, they're real fragile, and a lot of manipulation can actually make them fall apart. You may think that while you're sitting here twisting them throughout the day while you're talking to people that you're, you know, achieving something, but in reality, you're just taking that lock apart, especially when you're twisting. When you're freeforming, it's not such a big deal because anything that's rubbing against your head is eventually going to make your locks come together. But just in general, make it a habit to stop touching your dreadlocks as much. You don't need to touch them. They're still there. They didn't fall off. Trust me, you realize, you know, if you saw a lock just go and fall off your head. So stop touching them so much. And then number 5, and the most important thing, is to be patient. Everything in life is patience, you guys. There's not a single thing that I've ever done in my entire life where I haven't had to be patient at some point. When I had my first child, I had to be patient to see the kid, get through those 9 months where my girl was pregnant. When I started my locks, I had to be patient for them to lock up. You know, everything is patience. When you start a road trip, you don't just immediately get there. We don't have teleportation devices. So it takes a while for you to get there. You've got to pass the other towns. You got to pass through small towns. You got to pass through other cities. You've got to drive the road, and you've got to be in it for the long haul, right? So that you can eventually see your goal and get to where you want to be. And if you're not being patient, you'll probably end up either A, damaging your locks, or B, just cutting them off completely because you can't see it through. So even though I put it at number 5, really the most important thing for you to do is be patient, because if you're being patient, everything else will come together. Anyways, guys, it's a real quick video. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. And then also one other thing is I have a video schedule that I've kind of got together. I'm doing one video every Friday, and then lock updates as it falls on the day of the month anniversary. And then I may start a few other video series as well that may run in the middle of the week or whatever, but we'll see about that. All right, so thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. One love to the Loc Nation. Peace.